Hey guys, it's Vera Wild back one more time. Now, this time it's not really doing tips, which is why this isn't part of the main series, but this is this is the holidays, as you can see. So I thought it might be fun to talk about things that you might get for someone who you know who is a cross-dresser, whether they're a friend you have in person, if you yourself are a dresser, maybe you've made friends in the local community, or even online friends or things of that nature. Now, the thing, if you're buying stuff for a cross-dresser, a lot of what you should consider kind of would have to do with where they are in their own sort of development. If they're at their sort of beginning part and they're still getting the hang of it, makeup is going to be a wonderful thing because they'll need it and they probably won't have a lot of it. Probably don't want to get them things like foundation because you really have to have the right shade for that. But other stuff, certainly lipstick, nail polish, things like that. They're easy, they're fun, and even if it's a color that ultimately they may decide doesn't work for them, they can still try it a few times, have fun with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Another really good item, good for stocking stuffers, false lashes. Now, if you do decide to get somebody false lashes as a courtesy, you should also get them some lash glue. Do not assume that they're going to have that already, unless you know for a fact that they do. Now, something that's really good, rather than sort of getting, little tiny things here or there, would be to get some sort of kit. You can get these sorts of kits, and this is just an example, has some brushes, some glosses, a bronzer, but there are all sorts of ones, and they tend to focus around a certain theme, usually a certain type of color, earth tones or blues or things like that. So if you know the person that you're buying for and you have a sense of what sort of colors they're leaning towards, that's a really nice item to get as well. You probably don't want to go buying clothes for a cross-dresser because odds are you probably don't know what their size is. Most of us don't really know our own size for certain half the time. So if you really want to get a cross-dresser clothes, probably the best thing to do would be to get a gift card and maybe even offer to go shopping with them if you are local to each other. The same sort of applies for shoes. Now, we all would love to give this to someone special and see their face light up, but again, just like with clothes, you need to be certain of the size because otherwise you just end up with either having it returned outright or it has to be exchanged a few times, which does bring up the other thing. Anything that isn't a little item, makeup, whatever, keep the receipt. Just because, dressers, we have so much stuff that we need, but at the same time, there's stuff that we think we're going to love and we put it on and it doesn't work. And that does kind of happen a lot. Another thing for sort of a little bit, if you're looking to spend a little bit more, but as I said, you do want to avoid clothes, is hair. I mean, there are plenty of decent wigs. Obviously, the really high quality ones are quite expensive, but there's plenty of really decent wigs in the sort of $20 to $40 range. And the wigs, kind of like the lipstick or the nail polish or what have you, are just fun. If somebody receives that as a gift, they're just going to have fun trying it. Even if ultimately it doesn't pan out to quite what they would like it to be, they will absolutely be appreciative and they will have fun with it. Now, if you're really, I'm not counting on this being the case for anybody, but if you're really looking to really go above and beyond for a cross-dresser, things to consider, but you probably would need to consult with them on what they're going to need on this, whether you find a way to do that covertly or you just have to ask things like breast forms, corsets, foam for padding, gaffs, stuff like that, which is much more specific to a cross-dresser, and it's really a way to show your support if that is part of your goal in doing so, which I would hope that it would be. Well, that's sort of it. It was just sort of general tips, general ideas. I will do this selfish, shameless plug. I do now have a wish list on Amazon. You can go to Amazon under the wish list and just search my name, Vera Wild. Wild is spelled with a Y, and there is an E at the end. But you can look me up. There's also a link in the description for this video. I don't have a lot of expectations, but it's fine for anybody who is feeling generous. I certainly wouldn't object. It is the holidays, so feel free to get into the spirit, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday, whichever ones you choose to celebrate, with your friends, your family, and with people who love and understand and are accepting of you. So have a wonderful one.